Okay, let's turn back the clock. Imagine this is your first day, or in fact, my first day ever in the cryptocurrency space. I've seen everyone talking about Bitcoin going to the moon, Trump's buying it, and now I want to get involved. So what are the things I would want to look at? Where do I go? And if you're a brand new investor thinking about getting into this market on day one, this is the video for you. It's also part of a broader educational series that I'm doing to make sure that you can make it along with everyone else in this bull market. So go ahead, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and let's get into day one in cryptocurrency. Now, the first thing I would do is obviously subscribe to this channel. This would be a sensible decision as you found this video. We talk about cryptocurrency every single day. And like I said, I'm putting a how-to guide as to basically survive, thrive, and make huge amounts of money, hopefully, in this bull market. But with that being said, let's cast me back. It's day one in the market, and where am I going? Well, everyone's told me about crypto. I want to know a little bit more about it. Coinmarketcap.com is your friend. It's pretty much the first thing you search if you type crypto on Google, and it's going to bring me here where I can see all of what I've heard about on the news: Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and many, many others. And basically, I just want to get a feel for what this market's all about. When you're brand new to cryptocurrency, you want to stick with the top coins. You want to stick to a relatively centralized platform rather than going into the world of a real risk DeFi space. So I'm going to be looking at Bitcoin. I may be thinking about getting into it, but how do I do it? Where do I need to go? Well, the key thing here is these are all the available platforms in which you can buy Bitcoin. The great thing is it's pretty much everywhere. So you're not going to struggle. You can even buy it with Apple Pay through the Coinbase app on your phone. Once again, you can see here that that is on Coinbase. If you type crypto into the App Store, you're going to get, again, Coinbase and many, many others. So this is going to give me an indication as to maybe some of the coins I want. Again, remember, in a really basic manner, green is good, red is bad. And if you've got any experience of being in finance, you will absolutely know that. What I would say here is that if you've never invested in stocks, you've never invested in any kind of finance market, you need to be doing way more research than even thinking about buying your cryptos. Don't worry about it right now. Go and do some research. You've got plenty of time, and understand the fundamentals of this market. Good being green, bad being red. How does price go up? How does price go down? Etc. I think it's really important that you do it. But let's say we want to get some coins. I know what I'm doing. I want to buy some cryptocurrencies. Where would you even start? What are the best ones to get? Well, Bitcoin, Ethereum, obviously being some of the top tier coins, but you might want to look into this. ISO 222 compliant coins. You'll hear a lot about these in terms of banking networks. You'll hear a lot in terms of the news. Things like XRP, XLM, Quant, Algorand, XDC, IOTA. Again, all ISO 222, along with a couple of others as well. These will be what we think more traditional cryptocurrencies with a little bit more potential to come of it. But let's say you're not about that. Let's say that you want to make as much money and you don't care about risk. Maybe you fancy some meme coins. Dogecoin, Pepe, Shiba Inu stick to the top also. Now, the great thing with all of these, if you stick to Coinmarketcap, you can use this little bar at the top. This will take you to meme coins, Solana coins, BNB, AI, RWA, everything else. Again, making sure that you are strategic in how you get involved in this market. If you want to stick to blue chips and top tier cryptocurrencies, then stick to those. What you don't want to be doing is leverage trading, buying memes, going into DeFi, grabbing some Solana RWAs. The risk is too big. Stick to a narrative, research that narrative, and understand it. One of the key things to think about is, how does the market feel right now? Fear and Greed Index is a great metric as to whether you are going to get an opportunity to buy expensive or cheap. The higher the Fear and Greed Index means that normally the higher or more insatiable the market is, the lower definitely giving you an opportunity to get in at certain points before that next potential move up. These are important. So you've researched some coins, you've looked on CoinMarketCap, you want to grab some meme coins or some ISO 222s. What do you need next? Well, the reality here is, and again, great for CoinMarketCap, you need an exchange to go and buy it on. Binance, Bybit, Coinbase, Upbit. The higher the list, the more reputable that exchange tends to be. Obviously, the lower down the list, the more unreputable that they may be. Again, you can buy them straight off here, and then you want to get a wallet. Well, which wallet do you get? 2Bit, there is a list of ton of them. I would recommend a non-custodial DeFi wallet. So something like a Ledger, a Trezor, or something similar. Basically, that unplugs from the network to keep your coin safe. We'll get into a little bit more if you guys want to see me walk through things like MetaMask, Trust Wallet, maybe Phantom Wallet, and all those in another video. Again, let me know in the comments if you want to see that. But then you need to do your transactions. The bit where you could lose everything. Remember the old saying, measure twice and cut once. Well, no true word has been said. make sure that wallet address, the unique address for your particular wallet, is correct. If you are removing cryptocurrency from exchanges or transferring it about, it'll walk you through step by step on how you do it. And boom, you've got your first set of coins. The next thing you want to do once you've done all that is get deep into the research of what is happening. Now, there's a number of news articles, news sites, news arbitrage sites, or what everyone goes to, which is here on X. You can get most up-to-date news in terms of things like the stock market from Donald Trump, or in terms of any new cryptocurrencies that are going out. It is basically the hub for everything crypto. You just need to stay completely dialed in and plugged into this market. And that's pretty much it. If that was my first day in cryptocurrency, I've looked what I wanted to buy, I've researched what I want to get to, and now I have it. And then if you start thinking about where do I go after that? What does that look like furthermore? You could start getting into things like technical analysis. How do I look at the Bitcoin price? Where do I look in terms of charts? In terms of shorts, longs, or more importantly, support and resistance and everything else. But everybody, that's probably for another video. So I'm curious, in the comments down below, what would you do on your first day in crypto? What's the first thing you would do? Or if you were telling someone else, what are the key things that you think they should know? Let's make this as educational and supportive for everyone coming into this market, rather than telling people to buy some random shitcoin in the comments, which, by the way, we are deleting all of those comments. Hopefully you guys are seeing that we're building a community even around the comments. So as always, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoy this type of series, let me know in the comments. Let me know by smashing that like button, and we'll keep these educational videos coming out so that everyone wins in this freaking bull market. Right, until next time, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.